Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the processes that I use when I create my monthly budgets. So before I get into how I personally create my budgets, one thing I want you to think about is your own personal budgeting style. There are multiple budgeting styles, and as I go through how I create my budget, I want you to think about what might work for you and what you can tweak and make it work for you. Some people like to write stuff down on paper. Some people like to use Excel spreadsheets. You have some individuals who prefer to use cash. There's so many different ways to manage your budget. You have percentage-based budgeting. There's so many different options. I do use a hybrid budget, and you'll see that some things I write down on paper. I do add things into an Excel spreadsheet so I can see everything in one place. I'm not big on cash, but I do use some cash methods, and you'll see that as we go through this video. Okay, so the first thing that I do when I create my budget is I list all of my bills. I have these little sheets that are a part of the budget planner that I give to my clients, where it literally lists out all the different types of bills you can have. It has spots for student loans, your monthly rent or mortgage payments, insurance, everything. So I list everything out on those sheets. Once I finish listing all of my bills, then I will chart the dates that those bills are due each month, and I put them on a calendar. And once I put them on the calendar, then I will determine what my goals are for this month. So for me personally, this month I want to try to save $1,000 so that I can do something for my birthday next month. I typically don't celebrate my birthday, so this month I want to save extra to do something for my birthday. That's just my goal. So once I finish charting what bills are due during the month on my monthly chart, then I will actually transfer that over to a weekly chart. When I do my budgeting, I break it down from monthly and then weekly. So I do my entire budget for the month, but then I also have individual weekly budgets, so I understand how much money I need to have for that week, how much money I have going out, and it helps me to see things a little bit clearer as I'm going through the month and working through my budget when I do more than just the monthly chart. Once I complete my weekly chart, then what I do is I actually go in and I chart my income for the month. So I do my income a little bit differently because I am self-employed. My income from the month is determined based on the month previously. So this month I am budgeting with $3,500. So I start with my income for the month, and then I list out all my bills, and then I list my anticipated purchases. So things like pull-ups, hair supplies, putting gas in the car, all of those miscellaneous things that we do throughout the month, groceries, all of those things go onto my anticipated purchases list, and then I will calculate the number of what I believe I'm going to be spending this month. Now, once I chart out all these things, then what I'll do is I'll go and enter them into my Excel spreadsheet because I do use a hybrid budget. So once I write everything down on paper, I will then transfer it into the Excel spreadsheet so that I can get the bigger picture. And the Excel spreadsheet breaks it down, percentages, everything like that. So let me show you that. Okay, so this is my monthly budget tracker that I use in Excel. And I start new every month, so it always starts out with sample numbers in here. So what I do, I take the sheets and everything that I've just filled out, and then I go in and I add in all of the amounts. So for groceries, I'm going to allot myself $400 for the month, which is $100 a week. And then eating out, I typically do on a weekly basis, but let's just put a number here for now. So I'm gonna do $100 for me eating out for the month, which is really hard for me to do because I eat my money. So once I finish putting everything into my Excel spreadsheet, I pretty much leave it there until the end of the month when it's time to reconcile my budget and see, how we did, where, if there was extra income coming in, if we spent more in one category or another. After I put things in my Excel spreadsheet, then I go through and figure out which portions of my budget are going to be cash based. So I know a lot of people have probably heard of the envelope method. Personally, I don't like envelopes. It's too much to keep up with, especially because I have small kids. But there are certain portions of my budget that I like to use cash for, because if I can use cash for those portions of my budget, then it's a little bit harder for me to go over budget. So the portions of my budget that I use cash for are groceries, eating out, and activities with the kids. I use cash for this because I noticed that in those areas it's very easy for me to spend more than what I had originally allotted. So I use something similar to the envelope method, but it's just not envelopes because I don't want to carry extra stuff, and so I'll show it to you here. Here I have my cash. This is my eating out budget for the first week of March. I'm giving myself $40, and honestly this $40 could be like me eating out one time, or I can make it stretch. I eat my money, so when it's gone, it's gone. Don't like envelopes, so this is what I do. I take a sticky note and I write out what it's for. And I just fold it together. Here is my lunch money. And I like to put a little safety pin on it just so it doesn't, you know, fly around and get mixed up with something else. And then there's my lunch money. Now, I hope that seeing the way that I do my monthly budgets has been helpful for you. If there's anything that stood out to you or that you feel like you can apply to your own budgeting style, definitely leave it in the comment box below. If you're interested in the budget sheets that I used today, I will link it in the description box below. As always, it is lovely talking to you guys here on YouTube. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye, guys.